marketing team for a software company in Plano, and I live in Louisville, Texas. So crazy busy. I'm a mom. I have a 60-hour plus a week job, sit a lot. As I've gotten older, had just started getting more and more tired. The weight was just gradually creeping on, a couple pounds here, a couple pounds there, and before I knew it, I was tired, had very little energy, and a lot heavier than I had been for a number of years. So my doctor had some blood work done, and my doctor wanted to put me on medication because like sugar levels were high, my cholesterol level was creeping up, and I just was like, no, I don't want to do this. No more medication. I wanted to feel better. I considered myself active because I walked pretty much daily, but I walked at a really slow pace, and so it wasn't a very productive active, even though I was moving. And I wanted to feel better, and I didn't want to feel better because I was taking medication. So that was a huge, huge driver for me. First morning, I was totally intimidated. I am the most uncoordinated person you've ever met. Back in the 80s, jazzercise aerobics, that everybody was doing this, and I was going like this. And I was so nervous that that's what I was going to be here. Turns out that wasn't it at all. I mean, I came to the first class. The trainer at the class was awesome at helping, but not only that, there were other trainers taking the class. And so when I'd get to something that wasn't working or that I couldn't do, and I'd just start laughing because that's normally what I do, somebody would be just like, okay, try it this way or do this instead. And so encouraging, so helpful. I made it through that first class. I was tired and sore, but it was awesome. I was actually excited to come back for class number 2, which I did not expect. So, it's just been history since. I wouldn't necessarily say it gets easier, but it gets better. And it gets better every day, and I feel good, and that's good motivation for me to stick with it too. So the in-person classes and holding myself accountable. When I first thought about this, I kind of toyed with the idea of, I could just do this at home, but like I said, I walk at home and I just don't push myself. So being here with somebody to kind of nudge and encourage me is huge for me. And then the app and tracking my food. Back in a past life, I've done other programs, but I wasn't real great at tracking. And I committed to myself that I would track every single piece of food I put in my mouth for 6 weeks and just give it a try. And there have been some days when it has not been pretty, but it's been a real eye-opener for me to really understand what all of that meant. And I hadn't paid that much attention to it before to really get it. I knew I wasn't making the greatest decision, but I didn't know how bad it was until I saw it right there. So I can't deny it. And I love that at the end of the day, when I close out a day, it's been a good day, it tells me where I'm going to be in 5 weeks, and it keeps me motivated towards that goal. Those have been huge, huge helps for me. I think the personal accountability, the fact that I am here, I'm committed to being here several times a week, you check in with me. I feel like somebody would miss it if I wasn't here and would be like, hello, Erin, where are you? And before I didn't have that. And I really think that has helped keep me on track. So in my first 5 weeks, I met my first goal, which was 12 pounds, which was huge for me. And that's great, and I feel good, I feel better, I feel motivated. But one of my favorite stories to tell is just recently moved my daughters into school and college, and I had back-to-back weeks of moving kids, and I was hanging up shower curtains for them. And you're hanging the shower curtain, you're hanging the liner. Normally when I'm doing that at my house, halfway through, my arms are aching, and I'm like, I gotta rest. But for me, I was able to hang shower curtains, hang liners. I was ready to hang another one. And that was such a huge victory for me, just to realize how much just the day-to-day things I'm doing in my life are getting better because I'm taking care of myself. I would tell them it's a program designed for people just like me. It's a program that works. And if you will just give it a shot for 5 or 6 weeks, I promise you'll see the results, and it'll be motivation to keep going.